Ben, tell me a little bit about your character's journey through this first season. He's a little bit of an ambassador to this new world for Chloe.
With Alec, he's also growing up because he's not, he's not an adult. He doesn't know exactly where he's going to go in life. So he's loyal and passionate with everything he does. But he's loyal to the Mai as he starts out. But then he ends up being more loyal to Chloe. Even though she's part of the Mai, she's the uniter, so she has different ideas. She's going to, Chloe's meant to change things up a little bit. So he's kind of struggling between having loyalties to Valentina and the Mai, but also to Chloe. And he also is falling for Chloe, which makes it even more complicated. So he's trying to protect her and be a mentor to her, but he's also falling in love with the person he's meant to be mentoring. So, I mean, everything is already done for her benefit, but then sometimes, he's also probably a little bit subjective to his own feelings.
Right. So there's a little bit of push and pull that's happening in this love triangle that's growing between Alec and Chloe and Brian. Can you tell me a little bit about how that's going to evolve through the rest of the season?
With both people, Chloe's just getting more and more invested with them. So she's falling more for Brian. She's falling deeply for Brian, but she's also falling for Alec a little bit as well. I mean, it's hard not to, right? So he is more intriguing and mysterious, I guess, than Brian, whereas Brian is just outwardly nice and quirky and fun. So there's that little side to Alec which she's interested in. So I think with both characters, she just falls even more for both of them, which makes the end decision even harder. And she goes back and forth, and I think it just gets more and more interesting because then all the storylines start to entwine, and it gets really exciting.
This show is as much dramatic as it is action-packed. Is there anything that you've shot in particular that you really enjoyed in terms of the action sequences or the stunts that you've been able to do?
Pretty much every time we do stunts, it's fun. So, especially as we get to the later episodes, the fights get bigger and better and more exciting and more skillful because we're also, as actors, but also our characters are getting stronger and better, and Chloe's training is becoming better. So the last few episodes, there's some cool fights down, and we went to, we went on location to some docks, and we did some fighting on a shipyard and in tunnels underground. So that's the most fun. We get to fly around and things. So yeah, that's the best.
So the mythology of the Mai is really complex, and right now Chloe believes everything that she's being told, and you guys are being very particular about what information she gets thus far. As we progress and learn more about the Mai, what are we going to learn about the newer elements of the history and what she starts to figure out?
Well, I think we learn also that the Mai, it's not just the Mai in humans. There's other baddies out there as well, and there's other villains, and there's other people who can help them. So there's more to the whole world that I guess is being created in the show. There's more to that than just Mai humans uniter. So we find out more about that. We find out more about where the Mai come from, why they think what they think, why they are what they are, and also why humans tend to distrust and dislike the Mai that they know. So I think we learn more about that. But we also learn more about Chloe and what she should be doing. But it's a personal story for her because it really is about her struggling with these new responsibilities, but also her friends, and also, not trying to kill the person she loves.
You guys are shooting your last episode. Are there any hints that you can give us about how things are going to amp up? It's going to get crazy by the end of the season.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I was reading the script and I couldn't put it down. I can never put it down. I always have to read them. I get them like 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm going to bed, and then I have to suddenly read them. But this one especially, every single act has a cliffhanger, and you find out twists with people and storylines, and we meet new characters, and then other characters are in deep jeopardy. So it gets really intense and exciting. It's left in a very, very thrilling ending.
Fantastic. Awesome. Thank you
Cool.
so much.
Thank you so
Ben.
much.
Appreciate it.